All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to dive into the tech that's taking artificial intelligence from just a clever chatterbox into a truly powerful autonomous partner. We're going to break down what it really takes to make AI useful, to move it beyond just talking and get it to start doing.
You know, this single idea really gets to the heart of a massive shift that's happening right now. And the key to making it happen is a new standard called the Model Context Protocol, or MCP. Honestly, it's the secret sauce that lets AI actually get things done in the real world.
So what does that really look like? Well, a standard AI, it gives you advice. You ask it to figure out a shipping route, and it'll spit back a nice list of suggestions. But an agentic AI, one that's powered by this protocol, it gives you results. It doesn't just hand you a plan, it actually analyzes the live data and books the best shipping slot for you.
Okay, to really get why this is such a game changer, let's start with the problem we're trying to solve. I want you to think of a standard large language model, the ones you chat with, as this absolutely brilliant mind. But it's a mind that's completely cut off from everything.
Yeah, imagine this logistics whiz who knows everything there is to know about supply chains, but they're trapped. They can't see live GPS data, they can't check what's in the warehouse, they have no way to call a truck driver. All that knowledge but zero connection to the real world. That, right there, is your base LLM.
So, how do we get our genius out of that room? Well, this is exactly where MCP comes in. You can think of the Model Context Protocol as the universal key that we've all been waiting for. It's what unlocks that door and finally connects that powerful AI brain to the world outside.
Probably the best way to think about MCOP is as the USB-C for AI. And that is such a great analogy, right? Because it creates one single standard way for an AI to connect with two absolutely crucial things: the resources it needs to understand the world and the tools it needs to actually act on it.
So let's break these two ideas down real quick: resources and tools, because really they're the foundation for this entire system.
Okay, so resources. Think of these as the AI's eyes and ears. This is the context. It could be something static, like a spreadsheet, or it could be dynamic, like a live GPS feed for our logistics manager. It's all the information the AI needs to figure out what's going on right now.
And if resources are the eyes and ears, well, tools are the hands. Simple as that. These are the actions the AI can actually take once it has all that information. So for our logistics manager, a tool would be the power to actually go and book a new shipping slot at the port.
Okay, so let's get a little more technical. Let's look under the hood and see how MCP actually builds this bridge between the AI's brain and all the tools it needs to do its job. The whole system really boils down to two main players. First up, you've got the host. Now this is the brain of the operation, the main AI that's making the big decisions. Honestly, the best way to think of it is as the CEO.
And of course, the CEO doesn't do everything by themselves, right? The host connects to a server. And you can think of the server as a specialist department. It's your accounting team or your logistics coordinator. Each server has its own unique set of skills and tools to offer.
And this right here is the magic of the whole protocol. It's so simple. The CEO, our hosts, doesn't need to learn how to use every single piece of software in the company. Nope. It just talks to the accounting server and asks one standard question. Hey, what can you do? And the server just reports back with a simple list of its resources and its tools.
I know, this is all a bit abstract with hosts and servers, so let's make it super concrete. Let's walk through a simple, everyday example to see this whole thing in action, from start to finish.
So check this out. The key thing here is that when you ask the agent to do this, it doesn't just give you a bunch of suggestions. It follows these clear steps. The host knows to ping the right server, in this case, a scheduling server. That server says, hey, here are my resources. I can see Sarah's calendar. And here's my tool. I can send an invite. The host then puts it all together, finds the best time, and boom, uses the tool to get the job done, all without you lifting a finger. All right, now take that simple coffee example and just imagine scaling it up, applying that same basic pattern across an entire company. Suddenly, the implications get huge. This is what we mean when we talk about the agentic era.
And this, right here, is the leap. MCP is the technology that finally takes us from these passive chatbots we just talked to active, autonomous agents that can handle complex jobs. I mean, they're not just assistants anymore. They're basically digital employees, part of the team.
For any business thinking about this, MCP creates a professional standard that gives you three massive advantages. First, discoverability. The AI can actually find new tools on its own. Then there's scalability. You can add new skills without a total overhaul. And finally, composability, which is about connecting different agents together.
And let's just pause on that last one, composability, because this is a really big deal. It means you can build these super complex workflows just by plugging different specialist agents together. You don't have to rebuild your logistics AI from the ground up to add drone delivery. You just plug in the drone server. You don't rebuild the wheel, you just plug in new tires.
So when you boil it all down, the Model Context Protocol is pretty much the foundational plumbing for the future of AI. It's the thing that finally turns all that potential into real-world action. And that leaves us with a really exciting question to chew on. When your AI can connect to literally any tool and any data source, what are you going to build first?